Hi, this is Richard C. I'm a math tutor here at Wyzant, answering a question submitted by a student. This has to do with using matrices to solve equations, which is a very important thing to know how to do if you have a large equation, a large system of equations. This is a very small system, actually, the smallest you can get. We have two variables and two equations. So we can solve this. We can do it the old-fashioned way using substitution and elimination, or we can use matrices. So actually the question is just asking us to set it up. So that's what we're going to do, is just set it up. And then your teacher will show you how to use properties of matrices to solve. In the real world, systems of equations are always solved using matrices because that's how the computers are programmed to solve them. And it's much easier to solve using matrices when you have a larger system. Usually in the real world, we're not going to solve a system of matrices that's bigger than 3 variables with 3 equations. It's just too much work. And your graphing calculator can also solve systems of equations with matrices. So there's a lot to be said for learning how to do this. And the general form is it just looks like you just take the coefficients here and you put them in a matrix. So let me show you what I mean by that. Okay. So we just form a matrix here. And we just take the coefficients and put them into a matrix. So see, the coefficient here is 5 and -1, and then 2, and then 7. And hopefully the teacher has shown you how to multiply matrices, and because I'm going to just walk you through it. And then this is just another matrix. So I'm just going to show you how this works. And this is just building on what you should have been taught about how to multiply. So I have a little technique that I use for showing students how to multiply matrices, and the technique I have is you're going to be and you're going to diving head first down into the water. So that 5, -1, this is your head here, and this is your feet here. So let me draw some feet here just to remind you. Here's the feet, here's the head, and you're diving right into the water. And when you do that, you're going to get the 5 times x minus y. You see? See how it works out to be the same as the equation? And then you're doing the same thing down here. You're diving into the water head first. This is you're in the air here. And you're diving into the water, and the 7 goes against, so the 2 goes against the x. So that's what you get when you multiply on the left-hand side, and then that's going to be equal to 6, 9. And in order for those two things in order for this equation to hold, 5x minus y has to be 6, and 2x plus 7y has to be 9. And you can see that's exactly the system that we started with. So hopefully that's been shown to you. And then I just want to show you one more thing that I think is important here, and hopefully your teacher has shown you, if we take a 2 by 2 matrix, this is 2 by 2, 2 rows and 2 columns, and then this is 2 rows by 1 column. The inner dimensions you can see are 2 and 2. These inner dimensions collapse on each other, and you're left with a 2 by 1. And we're setting that equal to a 2 by 1. So when you're doing an equal an equation here, the dimensions of the left-hand side has to equal the dimensions of the right-hand side. When you're doing multiplication, the inner dimension of the left-hand side, the left part of the multiplication, has to equal the inner dimension of the right part of the multiplication. So those are just some rules for multiplication that theoretically you would have been taught. And now, hopefully, in the near future, you're going to learn about how to solve systems of equations using matrices. And hopefully, also your teacher will show you how to do it on the calculator, because I think that's the best place to be doing it. Okay, I hope this is